Bam. Beautiful. And spawning in the bottom hand corner of Pylon, we have our American Protoss player, the green Protoss representing Born Ghost, who lead the series 1-0. It is Spoonmaster. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have as well, we have the American Terran player, the orange Terran. It is GhostDog. They're calling Dolan upset. Must take umbrage. Oh no. Not like this. But yes. You know what? We have a lobby available. We are jumping in mid-series. We could have covered game 1. I know. We could have covered game 1, but we are here at least for game number 2. And the main stream isn't going anywhere. We'll be able to jump into Creative versus Shin once they get their matches underway. We'll catch up. We'll catch up with them. Until then, we do have our initial PvT. Now, we didn't really know what happened in game 1. I'm not really too familiar with these players either. Not familiar with Spoonmaster, not familiar with his opponent, with GhostDog. Meanwhile, we are going for a double gas opener. Okay, double gas opener out of our Terran player. Now, they had a pretty long game 1. It was very long from my understanding. It was very long and very intense. Did go the way of the Protoss. But we'll see how this series does unfold. Likewise, predictions should be closing in the chat by now, so you can get your gamba going while you can. We'll just be settling into our match, settling into our game. Of course, we're getting to Group B. I know it says Group A or Bracket A on the screen, but it is Bracket B. Now, with the double gas opener, we should be going for a Rax into Factory. There we go, Factory before CC, so a much more aggressive build here from our Terran player. With this, we can then go into Reactor Reaper Hellion. We can go into early Cyclone, early Tank. This can lead into an all-in. This can be hyper aggressive. We'll see how we do unfold here. Likewise, welcome to Pylon. Pylon is one of the more aggressive maps in the map pool. Much more aggressive, shorter rush distance by ground. We've seen a lot of all-ins on Pylon. This can lead into an all-in, but again, I'm not too familiar with our Terran, with whether or not they do go into all-ins often or not. This map is kind of lined up for that sort of thing. Meanwhile, Spoonmaster across the map, just setting up, standard opener, gate, cyber expand. Nothing crazy, nothing too wild. Reaper dips in. And we do have our 1-1. Jesus, okay. So Rax expand into CC, into Starport. No early add-on, going for an early Widowmine instead. Interesting. Widowmine is rallied out across the map. Meanwhile, Spoonmaster going for the Twilight Council opener back at home. It's going for the Twilight Council. Reaver dips in, gets one probe. One worker goes down. Nice pickup. Does catch a probe. Outside of that, we're just going into charge. Okay, very interesting opener here. Not standard whatsoever. Now, going to early charge can be one of two things. We can either be going for an early charge all-in, or this could be a hard counter to aggressive play instead. Now, I don't know what happened in game 1. In game 1, if there was an all-in, then we might see Spoonmaster trying to hard counter that. Again, charge will be amazing against an early tank push. And we can see a tech lab on the way. It is going to be initially double Widowmine, dropping across the map. Into add-on swap, not into early tanks. From here, we can go into Raven, we can go into Glory Banshee. It is going to be a Raven follow-up, okay? Standard follow-up here out of our Terran player. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild. Again, the early charge is what's catching my attention, as the Reaper Scout is attempted. Does confirm the gateway counts. So far, a 3-gate setup. Widowmine drop into the mineral line. And so far, Spoonmaster does pull away. Does pull away in time. Does catch a Stalker. Gets one probe. Oh no! Oh, the workers, they do stack up. And the mine shot does go off. Ooh, doesn't retarget. 2 probes going down. That could have been so much worse. But only 2 workers. 3 in total. Oh yeah, 4 in total. 4 probes going down. Spoonmaster does expand. Meanwhile, GhostDog back at home, getting to his own 2-1-1 setup. Tank production underway, and building up into a longer game state. Nothing crazy so far out of our Terran. Sure, there's a mine drop. There's going to be some Raven harass as well, as Raven is staying back at home. But outside of that, we're settling in. I can try to set up our player name here. GhostDog. But Spoonmaster, despite going for the early charge, hasn't really done much with it here. So again, a really peculiar opener out of our Protoss player. The charge timing doesn't really achieve much. Again, maybe he was blindly trying to counter an all-in that never came. Maybe an all-in that arrived last game, which did kind of scare Spoonmaster a little bit. But despite the early charge, he's just building up back at home. It does make it more difficult to keep up with drop play as well, as there is no blink. But he is warping in more zealots. Expanding, getting a third base. From here we can tech up towards Archons, towards Storm, but no, never mind, going into a bay, going into Colossus. Interesting, okay. Interesting setup. Meanwhile, back at home. GhostDog looking to move out. Stim is about to finish alongside +1, so the upgrade timing is going to be there for the Terran. And we should soon be moving out. As we do see a third base on the way. GhostDog waiting for reinforcements. Chargers are spotted. Is aware. As Spoonmaster trying to catch reinforcements. Last going to be shut down. They're forced to recall. A lot of Zealots do fall. Brutal pickoffs here. Ay. Zealots do go down. And again, the early timing, the early tech, I should say, from our Protoss player just hasn't really been worth it. Now catching up, getting to blink, +1. Colossal production has begun. But there's a big window here where GhostDog could potentially just break the third. There's a scan. And Colossus, they only just began. Here comes the Terran. We spoke about how aggression is favored on Pylon. The attack path across the map is just so direct. He's moving in. And can Spoonmaster, can he hold? Does have a lot of Zealots, which are ideal in this kind of position. Meanwhile, there's going to be an anti-armor missile here for the Raven. Tanks do siege. Army stims in. Zealots are going down. You can see Spoonmaster does head to the low ground. Nice auto turrets. Very nice. But the tanks are going to fall at the same time. Marines. Oh no, the Colossus! Colossus goes down. Massive pickup. And GhostDog, can he clean this up? There's still so many charge lots. Zealots are going down from here. He can stim forward. The Raven goes down, but he's going for the Stalkers. Yeah, it does break through. Takes down the Colossus, takes down the Stalkers as well. He's so close to breaking Spoonmaster. So close. Boys are being pulled and he's rallying. Yeah, GhostDog is rallying across the map. He has done it. He has broken the Protoss army. Unfortunately, Spoonmaster caught with his pants down. The Colossus was exposed. Takes down the charge lots. Nice mine connections. And there's 2 Stalkers left. 2 Stalkers remaining against 4 Marauders. Marauders, they stim in. There's another Colossus on the way. But again, Spoonmaster lost every single worker here at the third. Also the probes. The juggling, the control. Oh my, GhostDog. Calm down. Juggles nicely, breaks the expansion. And Spoonmaster, he can defend his natural, but not the third. Oh, calm down. GhostDog trying to bait out the army. Takes down the base. Still just rallying. Still just rallying everything he can. Spoonmaster struggling here on 2 bases. I mean, pushing into this is not going to be easy. There's a shield battery, there's sentries, there's force field, so we just drop into the main. We just ignore the main army. Going for the tech. Sentries, they try to respond, pushing up a ramp into Widow Mines. Yeah, mine just going up. As it looks like our Terran player doesn't really have enough here. Takes down the sentries though. Oh my god. Jesus. Takes down the sentries. Takes down the Zealots as well. The Colossus is exposed. Out of range of the shield battery. Ace stimming in. Yeah, he stims in, chasing him down. Spoonmaster trying to make his final stand. But he barely cannot. More boys are being pulled. Oh. Does pull the boys. He's holding on. He's surviving. But again, the opener was just really awkward and he just wasn't set up in time. As a Colossus goes down as well. Shield battery out of energy. And GhostDog, we're forcing the ace match again. I don't know what the hell happened in game 1, but we at least are here for game 2, and we're here to find out what happens in game 3 as Ghostmaster, as GhostDog does overwhelm. Again, we're trickling in Zelda at this point. As more boys are being pulled. Oh god. Spoonmaster, he doesn't want to tap out. Fighting till his last. Oh no. Behind this GhostDog taking another base, getting a 4th base, getting an expansion. His macro is still solid, impressive, and GG gets called. GhostDog does take game number 1. Also, game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Hope you get to discuss Cure versus Future and or Homeowner versus Maru. If you were here earlier, we were intending to cover Cure versus Future, but unfortunately, it looks like their matches aren't starting yet. We were going to be covering it, but looks like not for the time being. They might become available later. Oh. As with that, GG, well played. We're now getting ready here for the ace match, and we'll see how this story ends. We'll see if GhostDog can bring it back, win 2 games in a row, or if Spoonmaster can recover. Let's go. As we are loading into ley lines. Here we go. We're getting into game 3. Game 3 is going to be on ley lines. Just waiting for our players to ready up. Beautiful. So just catching him in the chat. It looks like Broshin and Creator, they have begun their own series, and we might be able to jump in after we wrap up our own. As we are getting to our matches. Looks like Mana does take down Thunder 2-0, and the bracket is progressing. But someone was asking about Cure versus Future and about Homeowner versus Maru. Again, a lot of it does come down to when they do begin their matches, just because we're ready for them, and it looks like they are not available at the moment. So I don't know when they're going to be. So I don't know if they're going to be available later, like for the next round or not. Ideally, I do want to cover Future versus Cure, but it comes down to how things line up. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Again, the schedule does seem to be a little bit more of a guideline than anything. They've changed colors. Let's go. God damn it. Beautiful. Spawning in the top right-hand corner, in the top right-hand corner here of ley lines, we have our American Protoss player, the green Protoss representing Born Gosu. It is Spoonmaster. And spawning in... Oh. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Terran player, with the red Terran player himself. It is GhostDog. We go. And again, we had a really interesting start from Spoonmaster last game, going into early charge, but not really achieving much with it. It felt kind of weird. As I mentioned before, like it almost felt as if he was trying to hard counter his opponent. We'll see if he goes for something similar, or if he does mix it up and goes for a more standard opener instead. So my eyes going to be on Spoonmaster in regards to that. Likewise, across the map, we do have GhostDog going for his own economic opener, Racks Expand. Last game, it was double gas. This time, single gas geyser into a faster CC on the low ground. So more of an economic start here for our Terran player. More economic. As we embrace our next series. The winner of this series does go up against Hero, which is going to be terrifying. As Hero, he's waiting for the win of the series. That leads into Dolan eventually as well. But again, Group B is a little bit more delayed in its progression and how matches are going. I don't know if there are issues with some of the PCs, or maybe there's like some updates that they have to go through. But I'm sure things are going to kind of clear up as the day progresses. I'm sure. From here, we are just going to be expanding again. Standard setup here out of our Terran player. We have yet to embrace our tech of choice from the side of Protoss. Our eyes are open. All right. Bam, there we go. I just realized I wasn't showing the logos. So we have our 1-1-1 setup. From here, we can go into Widowmine drops. So we can go into Hellion production, I suppose. That's speaking of, okay, Reactored Hellion. Reactored Hellion out of GhostDog. You know, our take-up choice on Spoonmaster is going to be a Twilight Council once again. We'll see if he goes into charge. I'm hoping he doesn't. I'm hoping we see a Blink-based opener instead, but our eyes are on Spoonmaster. As he does waddle in. Again, for those that are curious, this is a round of 32 match in Group B. So really early round in Group B. But again, there was just a lot of downtime with the other series. So we're happy to switch on over. And again, we'll catch up with Creator and Shin after this. We'll catch up. As we have now Reactored Hellion into Reactored Widowmine. It's going to be quadruple mine drop as well. That's a lot of Widowmines. Getting up to 4. Building up his 3-1-1. Meanwhile, standard play here out of Spoonmaster going into Blink. I appreciate it. No charge. Actually going 2-gate Blink into a third. Very greedy here out of Spoonmaster. Very economic. So very fast third. As a result, he has less soldiers to work with, but he may get away with this. The pressure is now on GhostDog to get damage done. Here we go. Now, he can try to either go straight for the mineral line with the Widow Mines, or he can instead try to break this wall and unload on the Stalkers. Yeah, Widow Mines, they do drop over. Blink is not ready. Ooh, Medevac goes down. And Mine shots not on the Stalkers, on the probes instead. 3 probe kills. Yeah, 3 probes go down. Spoonmaster, he does defend. He shuts this down. Hellions, they shouldn't get much done. There's a shield battery. And Spoonmaster defends. And nice defense here from Spoonmaster. That could have been disastrous. But he controls well. Pulls away, cleans up the Hellions, shuts down the aggression, and forces back GhostDog. So far, so good. Widow Mines are resetting, but Blink is now done. Let's go. Nice control. Avoids the mine shot. See this? Now we're gaming. Now this is a Protoss. Spoonmaster. He is clearly a master of the spoons. Crazy. With that, he defends well. He's not going to be active across the map, but behind this, working towards charge, working towards Colossus, Forge +1, Bays on the way. In general, this is just a cleaner game. I'm not too sure, you know, what happened in Game 2, but here in Game 3, it's just a much cleaner game here out of Spoonmaster. Now moving out. Likewise pokes into the natural. The tank is a little bit too far back, cannot support the bunker, or I should say bunker is too far forward. The bunker goes down. As GhostDog is trying to set up. Likewise Stim is on the way. Building up his bio. He has cut tank production here at 3. And as he scans, he sees the stalkers. He does move out. Bold move. Does move out. Do we have any observers? There is one, but it's back at home. Stalkers poke in. Observer in position to scout. As GhostDog, he does sneak out across the map. Likewise, Colossus are building up. Stalkers, they recall back home, drop into the main. And Spoonmaster is in position. Colossus is ready. Okay, he does hold, does defend. Will force this back. But what this does do, even though the drop doesn't get much damage done, it forces the army back home. And from here, GhostDog, I keep wanting to say Ghostmaster. GhostDog, he can expand. He can expand, he can now break out, take his third base, salvages the bunkers, and can now move out. So GhostDog is broken free. Has broken free. Third base now being taken. We're going to be slowing things down. We have triple forge. Okay, does notice. Cancels the forge. Building up his upgrades. I will say that the fourth base is a little bit late here for Spoonmaster, or now would be the time to take it, as the Terran takes a third. Oh, nice catch. Takes down 2 full Metamax. Very nice catch. And General Spoonmaster just a little more control this time. A lot more comfortable. Now he's moving out. Again, now would be the time to expand. But instead he throws down more gateways, pushing out across the map. And there's not much to defend back at home. We have some tanks. Where are the mines, though? Yeah, no factory production. The reactor is there, but no widow mines. Likewise, no bunkers, no defensive setup. Spoonmaster, he has potential. But looks like he's not going to try to force his way up the ramp. Setting up outside, claiming his fourth. He's claiming his fourth base. Likewise, GhostDog dropping across the map. Ghosts have ripe EMPs, but there are still so many zealots here. And what's dangerous is just how open this area is. Like, how to deal with all these chargelots is usually SimCity, bunkers, depots, widow mines as well. There we go, depots now on the way. He has to create some kind of obstacles and terrain here to disrupt those chargelots. He does recognize what he needs. But Spoonmaster, he does push in, takes down the first tank. He gets 1, he gets 2 tanks. Yeah, second tank goes down, third tank as well, all tanks full. Vikings, they get 1 Colossus, but only 1. There are just so many Stalkers. Colossus, they stand strong. And Spoonmaster is overwhelming. At the same time, we get across the map. GhostDog getting into the mineral line. Probes are going down. The entire mineral line, actually. And we're just committing. We're just going for the all-in. 23 probe kills across the map. He recalls. Oh my god. He recalls back home. I don't think that was necessary, but does recall. GhostDog, he survives, he defends. Does cripple the economy. And this is a lot more manageable. Yeah, a bit of a move command here as well. Archon Zelsa going down. Spoonmaster consolidating his army. And as the dust settles, I mean, economically, GhostDog not in the worst position, but the army is still heavily in favor of Spoonmaster. But now down to 52 workers. Again, he lost 28 probes in total. Insane damage. Again, I would say, just because so many workers had already gone down, at that point it would have been worth just committing in and at least killing a base first before recalling to equalize some damage. But because he didn't, I want to say that GhostDog has a chance. But never mind. If Spoonmaster was passive. But he's pushing in once again. Takes down the depot. Going for the CC. If we pull the boys, GhostDog, he might be able to engage, but there's still 2 Colossus left over. Yeah, massive swipes coming in. Going for a warp in as well. 8 zealots at a time. Storm is almost done. Storm is almost complete. Oh my god. A brutal storm. Storm pops off. Spearmaster dropping into the main. Going for a mass 11 zealots at a time. And here Spoonmaster is in control. Collapses into the mineral line, takes down the SCVs. Oh my god, GhostDog just takes the storms to the face. GG gets called as he runs out of steam, and Spoonmaster, he will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the round 16. GG, well played Spoonmaster. He does claim the series. Again, I kind of wish that I was able to see what happened in game 1, but again, we had a back and forth here, went all the way to the ace match. Game 2 was very shaky from Spoonmaster, I will say that. It was a much more shaky game. And definitely looked a little more uncomfortable there from the side of Spoonmaster. But here coming into game 2, we saw him get a little more comfortable. He was able to build up, get into blink, shut down the opener, embrace his 3-base saturation, and was looking very, very in form. GG, well played. GG, well played. With that, congratulations, Spoonmaster. He will claim the series, and now we can catch up with what's been happening on the main stream.